from the wheelhouse. I'm so glad that you had a chance to join us this evening. We are going to be talking today about many of the jobs that are involving the maritime industry, but I want to tell you something first. I'm lucky to be here. I mean, I'm really, really lucky to be here. This past Monday, we had a bunch of storms, one really heavy storm, and I thought that I would bring you a piece of my safety equipment to share with you and show you some of the things that we use in this business. And I'm just telling you, I'm so excited to share this stuff with you. Let me zoom out a little bit. This right here is my lifesaver, folks. And I'm going to tell you, with this piece of equipment, I was able to save my life, but this piece of equipment also almost cost my life. What you're looking at here is what we call a PFD. And this PFD, let's cover up the name of where we get it from. And that's okay. But because I'm not trying to sell anything for any companies or any of that, I want you to know that this PFD it's very slim, but it blows up into a giant balloon. And inside of it is a piece of plastic that's shaped like a tab. It allows me to pull this in case of emergency. It blows up automatically. But if that doesn't work, just like on the airplane, you're able to blow it up by just using a spout, and that's located inside here. It also has a whistle and all of that. And make sure that you are able to inflate it, because if you can't inflate this thing, you're going to sink. Now, with the waters being as cold as they are right now, here's your little nozzle. With the waters being as cold as they are right now, you're only going to have 20 minutes or so before you die from hypothermia anyway. But at least with this, you got a chance to call for help. I don't know. This is a live call-in show today, and as we do every Friday at 5 p.m., I want to make sure that you know you can use that number at the bottom of the screen. And that number at the bottom of the screen will bring you into today's show. And this is not about me. This is about you. And my job is to educate you and let you know as much as I can about the maritime industry. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest, one of my deckhands, one of my friends, one of the people that I depend on for my life. And his name is Dr. Dolphin Norris. So I want you to stand by a second, but first we're going to take a caller. Welcome to today's call.
Hello, Captain Mark.
Yes, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Captain Jim. I'm calling you up here from Great Lakes Naval Station and with the base commander.
Very good.
And I just wanted to ask you if those uniforms we had on last week, are they outfits for Halloween, or are they real McCoy?
What a question. You know, when we posted the video on certain sites, we got a little pushback about that, and people were asking, why are we wearing these captain's uniforms? Who did we think we are? However, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Captain Jim Meskel, and he has hosted this show and even been a guest on this show before. And I want you to know that Captain Meskel is right on point with that. As far as the uniforms are concerned, we are able to wear those uniforms as representatives of the Merchant Marines. Now, the United States Merchant Marines are a division of the Navy, and the Merchant Marines, you don't hear much about them because they're only activated in times of emergency, national emergency. And since 1775, the Merchant Marines have been involved in every conflict that the United States has been involved in, either here or overseas, and they have lost more lives percentage-wise than any other branch of service. And Captain Meskel, can you tell us a little bit about the Merchant Marines and why we wear the uniform? Why is that so important to us, sir?
Well, there was an article in Navy Times last week, which I can share with you, and it basically called the Merchant Marine, which is both the ships and the men that man them, the fourth arm of defense of the United States. The first one being the Army, the second being the Maritime Services, and the third being the Air Forces. But the fourth is the Merchant Marine, because we're a logistic arm that supplies these other three branches, as you know, sir.
Well, the mission of the Merchant Marine, what is the real mission of the Merchant Mariner?
It's to bring the men and the materials of war to the theater of the war, but not actually get involved in the war.
Would that have something to do with why the Merchant Mariners have lost more lives percentage-wise in all of the conflicts that the United States has been involved in?
Absolutely, Captain. The Nazis realized it would be better to take the troop ships and their supplies on the ocean before they ever made it to Europe, where then they'd have to take them on.
Well,
consequently, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, sir.
Consequently, that's why the Merchant Mariners suffered such high losses, because percentage-wise, you had a 1 in 26 chance of being killed in the Merchant Mariners. And if you were in the Army, it was like 1 in 120. If you were in the Coast Guard, it was like 1 in 380.
Well, that's very interesting. One of the things that people don't realize is that the people who drive tugboats, towboats, pleasure boats, party boats, all types of cargo ships, even Captain Steuben, who was a captain of the Love Boat. Those are all Merchant Mariners. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. And not to be confused with the Marines. The Marines are a branch of the Navy, and we are mariners. But the term Merchant Marine, they couple us with the ship. That's where that little confusion comes in.
That's right. Now, the Merchant Marines are not to be confused with the United States Marines. The United States Marines are the first to arrive in any conflict. They're the first ashore. But most of the time, when they are the first ashore, they have to be taken to shore when they arrive by boat, that is, they have to arrive by captains of the Merchant Marine. The Merchant Mariners play their role. I like to say it like this, Captain. We get the men of war and the tools of war to the theater of war, and then we get the hell out of there because we don't have the training. We don't have the training. A lot of the ships that we operate, the Marines and the Navy will arm them and put on their own gunners to take care of them. But I just want to thank you so much for calling in and asking that question and talking about our uniforms, because we're not Popeye the Sailor Man by any means. Is that right, Captain?
That's absolutely true. And there was some reference to us as only being good for bringing drunken bachelorettes to the playpen.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much for your call, and I appreciate and love you, sir. I'll see you on the waves.
All right, I'm signing off from Great Lakes Naval Base, and I'm going to be with the base commander in 2 minutes.
Tell the base commander that Captain Mark sends his best.
Will do, sir.
Thank you. Now, ladies Ladies and gentlemen, I want to really emphasize something else to you before we get to our guest. But I want to show you again, this PFD that we use, it doesn't look real big, but it blows up into a big, big balloon. Here's something else. I'm going to tell you a little quick story about what happened here. And this is something that happened this past Monday. You see these are lifelines. They hook on. Now, I was caught in a storm, and I used this part here to hook on to my PFD, or my life vest. And then I went to tie this off to the boat. Now usually we got a short one and a long one. And I used the short one to tie myself. I clipped on to what's called the boom. This is a big metal beam that's used to hold the sail on a sailboat. The problem is, in that storm, that beam slid off the deck and tried to go down to the bottom and take me with it. That wasn't going to happen. That wasn't going to happen. I never knew that this arm, it doesn't look that big to you, but this arm, I never knew. I never knew that this arm could hold 450 to 500 pounds, one hand. At the same time, I was able to take my left hand, put my knife in it very quickly, and deploy the blade with one hand so that I could get that blade into position to cut a line. That's why Captain Mark is here today. Captain Mark came close as he possibly could by not using the harness correctly. I should have never tied myself onto a boom, something that could move on a boat. I should have tied myself to the boat. So from now on, this is the way it goes. I'm going to keep this by my bed. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, I want to introduce to you the friend that I have that I depend on. His name is Dr. Dolphin Norris. Welcome to today's show.
Thank you, Captain Mark.
Man, where'd you get that hair from? You didn't have that last time
Yes, sir.
Oh, you did?
Yes, sir.
I'm just kidding, folks. I'm just kidding. This man's hair, he keeps his hair in order, for sure. I want to tell you that we have worked some jobs together. This is one of my deckhands who has come to me and asked some of the things that you need to be asking about, and those things are things like, how can I get into the maritime industry? What are the things that I need to do to work on boats? Now, Dr. Norris has a restaurant. Dr. Norris has business down in Texas. He doesn't need the money, for sure. For sure he doesn't. But I want to tell you, I'm so grateful because he turned out to be one of the best deckhands that I've ever had in life. And I want to just zip a lip right now and ask you just one question. What made you want to join us on the waterfront?
Well, a couple things. You have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I do.
First and foremost, he has a lot of fun. Secondly, I used to be a lifeguard on 79th Street back in the days on Rainbow Beach.
A lifeguard?
Yeah, just be a lifeguard out there.
Is that where the name Dolphin came from?
Yes, actually, that's where it came from.
That's not your real first name.
It's my first name is Randolph, my middle name is Dolphin, and my last name is Norris.
So you were a lifeguard when?
From 73, 4, and 5 at Rainbow Beach.
73, 4, and 5. I was in high school.
Well, yeah, we had just finished. I finished high school in 73. showing my age. I'm 63.
I'm 63.
About to be 64, and grateful. Very
good.
grateful.
Very good. So you get into the maritime industry first as a lifeguard.
Yes, sir.
Now, what made you want to ask me about getting on the water and coming on a boat ride? I have enough people to watch, and those of you that want to come with me, I want you to come with. I really want you to come with me, but I don't have time to watch just another passenger. I have to train you to help.
Yes,
What,
yes.
what made you do that?
Well, one of the things is, as being a lifeguard, I've never swam out to the far parts of Lake Michigan. And the first time we went out,
either.
I was addicted.
Oh, really?
I became addicted. We went out on a sailboat, and I was allowed to be the captain of the sailboat.
Of course.
and it was not easy, but I had a good time.
How is it different from a car?
Not any different, but you just got to be conscious. You have to be conscious of the water, what's going on around you, just like a car. It ain't much difference, except it's a little more choppier, or it can be smoother. But it's adventurous. It's just a good thing. It's a good feel. It's a natural high.
One of the trips that we took was in heavy water.
Yes.
And I remember taking a look at your face and looking at your eyes were open as wide as saucers when I told you, I'm going to go down below and take a rest. You can handle it from here.
Keep your red on the right, green on the left.
When you're coming back in, red, right, return.
That's right, red, right, return.
What he's talking about, folks, is that when you're coming to a harbor and you're trying to find your way into land safely, you can go into the rocks if you don't remember. What was that?
Red on the right, green on the left.
That's right. Red on the right, green on the left. Sometimes they have lights. Sometimes they have reflectors. Sometimes they just have signals of various types. But we say it red, right, return. Red, right, return.
Red, right, return.
Red,
But
right.
the most important thing I learned from you in that is too, when you going in between red, right, return and the green on the left, is you go in the middle.
Most of the
Critical. Is to aim for the middle.
Tell me this. What did you think about when we started talking about jobs on the maritime, in the maritime industry? Did you start seeing that there was opportunity for not just young people, but middle-aged people as well?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was fantastic, actually. And for one thing, Chicago, let's talk about Chicago, Lake Michigan.
Okay.
There's over 55 million tourists that come to Chicago every year.
Wow.
55 million.
55 million. Now, how many of those people actually come to the lakefront?
Many of them, because they want to come to the lake. And if their schedule allows, many of them, as you know as a captain, you have boatloads of tourists that's out on the water.
They tell me it's probably a little over half of
Okay.
all the tourists that come to Chicago who are on that waterfront. This is our gold mine.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful Lake Michigan.
And the thing about Lake Michigan and the Great Lakes, it's the largest fresh body of water in the Western Hemisphere. And people gravitate toward it. And just the water hypnotizes you. And it's because we're 70% water, for one thing. And so we're designed to be in the water. And it's such a tranquil type of disposition. That's one thing about being in the water. And it's so many opportunities. I mean, for instance, the college students, we talked about that, come home from college and be a deckhand and earn some good money. I didn't say make, but earn some good money by working as a deckhand, go back to college, and got his chest full.
That happens every year, that college students come in and they work in the maritime industry. They take that money out of our city, out of our community, never to be seen again. They take that money and do what they need to do to pay their bills.
Sure.
But what if, just what if, we could train a workforce to work in the city of Chicago who will remain in the city of Chicago?
Well, that's what we're going to do, Captain. We need to target this 18 or 21 years of age they have to be. from that age until you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60. I'm 63, and I had a ball out there. So it is for those that want it. The opportunities are there. It's just a matter of taking the initiative, and as long as you got Captain Mark around, you need to take advantage of it, because we don't know how long we're going to be here.
Well,
and there's an
that's
opportunity to delve into it. I know a bunch of young people looking for an opportunity. When I told my daughter in Texas about it, she said she was trying to think in her mind who she can stay with for the summer so she could be a deckhand. And they go, okay.
Look, I worked in Texas in Galveston,
Okay.
Working in the shrimping industry,
Okay.
and they have a lot of oil wells down there. What are the things that you need to have is in order to work in the industry? Is a common question that I get,
Sure.
and that's a TWIC card, your twerking card.
Okay.
No. Your TWIC card, not twerking card. Your TWIC card, it stands for Transportation Workers Identification Card.
Okay.
You need to have your first aid and CPR for adult and child. You need to get that from the Red Cross or from one of the companies that offers it. You need to have your radio operator's license as well. And you need to have 360 days under the direction of a licensed captain like myself, so that you can work as a deckhand. But a deckhand now can make $15 an hour on average, plus $10 an hour on average for gratuity, for tips.
Okay.
So if you are interested in doing this coming summer, this coming spring, perhaps you might want to get in touch with me or through Dr. Norris here to find out more about what you have to do in order to come into the industry. Doctor, what is the best way that someone can get in touch with you?
Well, you can reach me at 682 area code 365-0691. We got a website that's about to go up as you wear.
Well, you talk pretty fast. Can you say that slow for those of us that are mentally challenged?
Well, I'm mentally challenged too. Well, we all have our handicaps. But
I
no,
am too. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I need a funnel lobotomy or a bottle in front of me.
Right. Well, you can reach me at area code 682-365-0691. Once again, 682-365-0691. And we also will have a website up within a month for Global Community Alliance. It's a nonprofit organization, and it's about charitable educational programs. And education is learning how to be on the water.
I hope we can work together
Yes.
to make this thing a reality.
Oh, we will.
Absolutely.
It's important, and I say this to the young people and the older, but young people, this is your opportunity. This is an opportunity to step up, step out, and become self-sufficient. It's about learning how to take care of yourself, not being handicapped, but being an aid to society, a productive member of society. And I tell you one thing, about being on the water, being happy, joyous, and free comes naturally.
Absolutely.
And I tell you, and another thing too, you got to remember, we're no longer the cargo.
No longer what?
We're no longer the cargo.
Oh, man.
So come on now.
I don't talk about genealogies.
We
So
are
what
no
do you-
longer the cargo. We can be the captain, as you show as an example.
We
of
can
the ship.
be the computer operator. We can be the fiberglass repairman.
Yes.
We can be the navigator.
You can be the mechanic. And most of all, you can also be the captain.
And the captain.
Yes.
You said we're no longer what?
The cargo. That simply
goodness.
means we're no longer under the deck, being moved around. That means you set your destiny.
So if you are no longer the cargo and you have the mindset to change that, I want you to do something like this right now. I want you to go online and I want you to look up some things and find out. You can do this on your phone.
Yes.
Find out more things about getting involved with maintenance, marine, crew, and deckhands. And if you have any questions, you can call Captain Mark at 312-437-2230. That's 312-437-2230. Or you can email me at shipmastermark gmail.com. I'm going to let you have the last minute, Doctor.
Well, I strongly encourage everyone to come out to the water. Lake Michigan is there not by accident, but it's for an opportunity for you to take hold of some things. It's a beautiful lake. The whole Great Lakes is, and going along the shoreline, there's nothing like it, Captain. Being able to see what's really going on out there from the outside by the water pumping station, oh, that's just a beautiful experience. Do yourself a favor, get involved. This is the time to get started. The spring was right around the corner. You got the first snow, so get yourself first in line, get involved.
Very good. My name is Captain Mark Stevenson. My guest is Dr. Dolphin Norris. What did you say, Randolph?
Dr. Randolph Dolphin Norris.
Dr. Randolph, Dr. Norris.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain.
So much. I want to thank you all for joining us. Make sure that you know this. We are no longer the cargo. That is true.
That's right.
But no matter what area you come from, no matter what group of people that you come from, we want to help you to make this a reality. So make sure that you get in touch with us. Share this video with all of your friends, because life is a little bit too short. A little bit too short, and we need to make sure that we can do everything that we need to do to help each other. Until next week, I'm Captain Mark. Mama, get the coffee ready. The kid's on his way. I'll holla.